Awesome. Thanks, guys, for being on one of these trainings. I always say, like, the 5 daily disciplines, one of those disciplines is to learn something new each day. And I know in this industry, like, I hit a roadblock and I wasn't getting any more sales anymore. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, I started out so good. And one of the major things I needed to do was learn and expand my network. So it's not necessarily really super important for you to be on live, although your immediate questions will get answered that way. But to go back and just learn a little bit on how you can kind of do better in the biz or help someone better with the product is always really key. One of the main 5 keys to this business. And I know I start off every training talking about the 5 daily disciplines, but I swear by them. And if you can do these 5 minutes, 5 hours each day, as long as you do each of them consistently each day, you will kick ass in this industry and in this business. The CBD industry, guys, is set to grow 200% a year minimum for 10 years in a row. And like, we are just at the cutting edge of this beginning of just an explosion. And so you have a lot in your fingertips. You just have to do something with it. So the 5 daily disciplines, again, are to share about the product or the business each day with somebody, whether it's on social media, an event, whatever. Belly to belly, it doesn't matter. Network. So add to your network. I see a lot of people, like, they're only working their business on Facebook and they have 200 Facebook friends. You're going to post, only about 10% of your friends are going to see your posts, guys. So if you're not reaching out to people and if you're not expanding your network, your posts aren't being seen. But also, maybe 10% of those are really going to be interested. If you can have a 1% market share in this entire world, you are going to be set. So, like, how can you expect all 200 of your friends to want your product or need it or can afford it or whatever? So it's important to network. Whether you're adding new Facebook friends, whether you're hosting events, whether you're following new people on Instagram, there's all different ways you can do that. There's safe ways to do it, there's effective ways to do it, and there's ways to do it with people that you have mutual interests with. I did a Facebook social media training not that long ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. It's on my on my YouTube. If you want the link to it, just let me know. If you can't find it on YouTube, I'll send it to you. I have no problem with that. But I started, if you're wanting to work social media, and this is not, I'm just recapping here because we're going to really talk about events tonight, because you don't have to work your business on social media. I choose to work mine on social media because I'm on the go all the time, and it's easy to do with my children on my phone. And it's an accelerant. Social media is a great way to reach a lot of people at once, right? So you don't have to do that. That's fine. You can work at belly to belly, and we're going to talk about that here soon. But you have to network. So you're sharing, you're networking. The third one is to be a professional asker. Each and every day, I'm going through people. I might not necessarily know them, but I look at their profile and they're positive. They have a lot of followers. They seem to have a good outlook on life, and I reach out to them. If they're active on Facebook, I reach out to them. I'm a professional asker. Hey, Shelly, I saw you were kind of talking about CBD previously on some of my posts, and you're a proponent for it. Because of that, I've actually considered asking you if you'd like to come make some extra money with us. I am working with some people that started 9 months ago and have made $500,000 in that time. By chance, could I send you some information? It's okay to ask people if they want to come with you and make some money. It's scary, and you might get some no's, but you're going to get some yeses from people that you're going to be like, F yeah, like, this person's going to rock it. Like, so don't be afraid to ask. If they're a jerk to you, like, they're probably not a cool friend anyways. They're probably not someone you want to keep around, or they'll come back around. Like, you may or may not be a Jesus person, and that's okay, but there's a story in the Bible that goes, Saul used to hate Christians, used to crucify them. Jesus came down, knocked him out, they blinded him for a few days. He became the Apostle Paul. And of course, God has different recruiting techniques than us, but and more powers than us. But it's sometimes your biggest haters, as long as they're passionate, are going to become your biggest proponents later on in life, as long as they're super passionate. So don't be afraid to go after that passionate person. And don't be afraid of what they may or may not say. So a no is not always no right away. So you're sharing, you're networking, you're being a professional asker. Ask people, have you tried CBD oil? I know you've been struggling with that back pain. I know you've been struggling with your anxiety. You just posted about hating your job and needing a more flexible schedule. These are all reasons for you to reach out to people. Anything that our products can help, reach out to them. Hey, like, I couldn't help but notice, since you posted it for anyone in the Facebook world to see, but I noticed you're having this problem. I think my CBD oil could probably help you. Can I send you some information on that? That's being a professional asker. You're going to follow up. You've got to write those names down of people that are interested. You've got to follow up. And then you've got to learn each and every day. Share, network, professional asker, follow up, and learn each and every day. Those are the 5 daily disciplines. You don't have time, I get it. I work 60 hours a week. That's not even exaggeration. I work 60 hours a week. And I have 2 little girls. They do gymnastics. They do Girl Scouts. And so I get it. I'm busy too. So I maximize my time. Car rides, I learn. I throw on a training video. Shower, I learn. Or I do personal development. I kid you not, probably 30% of you have gotten toilet talk from me before. Sitting on the toilet following up with people. I kid you not. I guarantee. I know I have with Bree. I know I have with Cindy. I know I have with my mom. I know I have with Jess. Yeah, so at least 50% of you I've had toilet talk with. So not to be gross, but like, I'm busy too. I get it. You guys have so much more. You're capable of so much more than you really know. So maximize your time, turn the TV off, and if you really truly are in a financial situation that you want to get out of, get to work. Otherwise, it's cool if you want to watch TV. It's cool if you just want to enjoy some gangster rap on your way to work or whatever. But don't complain about like not having the funds in your bank account. You know what I mean? So those are those 5 daily disciplines. You want to follow them each and every day. Really, really quick social media etiquette that I haven't really gone over before. And this is my 2 cents. Again, this is your business. You can work it however you want. I personally don't often post my website link. And that's for my own personal reasons. And I'll explain that to you. But when I'm talking about the CBD oil, when I'm talking about it, and if I immediately post my website link, all those people that are interested, instead of asking me the questions they have, they're going to go to my website first. And I don't know if they've gone to my website. So instead, I'll get people that say, hey, tell me about the CBD oil. Hey, do you have a site for your products? And I go, I'm getting reached out to by them. And I know, I need to write their name down so that I can follow up. Because less than 1% of sales, guys, are made in the first attempt. 80% of sales happen after follow-up 8 or more. So I want to know that they're interested so I can have control over following up with them rather than them go on my website and see, oh my God, one of their products has THC and I'm going to drop dirty and I'm going to get high and this must be marijuana based, and immediately they're out. Instead, I can like address those things up front and talk to them and have a means to following up on them. So me personally, I don't post my website often. That's just my 2 cents on it, and it's worked well for me. Also, I don't answer people's questions in my comments. If they go, hey, Melissa, will it help with my blah, blah, blah? Hey, Melissa, will I drop dirty on a drug test? I go, hey, I'm going to go ahead and message you right now, because there's so many people with those same questions. And so instead of them just seeing what you answered that person, they will say, hey, will you shoot me a message too? I'm curious. Guess what? Now I can write their name down too and follow up with them because they want to know too. I know they're interested in. So I don't ever answer questions in the comments. I always say, hey, I'm going to shoot you a message. But I don't ever leave their comment unanswered too, because every time I comment, it's going to bump my post, bump my post, bump my post. Facebook's going to go, wow, she really interacts with her people. We're going to show her posts to more people. And that's all in the social media training as well. And then also, if somebody likes on my post, I will proactively reach out to them so long as I have time. I'm actually super behind in this, to be honest with you. I haven't been able to keep up with the messages alone that I get, so, which is a good problem to have. But I will sometimes reach out to the people that have liked, or the people that have said, oh, I totally have been using CBD for years. Cool. Hey, Sally, we're friends. Would you give my CBD a try? It's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Like, Jessica sells makeup, and I buy all my makeup from my friends if I can. I don't care if I pay $3 more or whatever it is. I have to wait for it with shipping. If I can support a friend, I'm going to buy from them first all day long. And it can be the same in the CBD industry for you guys. Like, hey, would you consider giving mine a try? It's pretty damn good. I can explain why if you care to listen, but I love your support since you use it already. It's okay to ask for that support. So proactively reaching out to those people that like and saying stuff like, hey, I really appreciate your support on that post. I'm just kind of curious, have you tried CBD before, or what's your experience, and what kind of a history do you have with it? Because it's going to open up the conversation. I've been out in public with people I don't recognize, and they're like, oh my God, Melissa, I've been meaning to ask you about that CBD oil. I'm like, hi, I don't know who you are, but hey, okay, why don't you message me right now on Facebook so I remember to reply to you, or, whatever, because I've been in that situation. I actually was in a situation when I first moved to Arizona, moved back to Arizona, and we dressed our kids up as villains for Halloween, and my youngest was Chucky. And someone knocked on our expedition window. She's like, hey, and I'm like, what is this crazy person? And I roll it down. She goes, that's Chucky. I follow you on Instagram. I'm like, yeah, that's my daughter, Chucky. And so it's kind of crazy how social media can work if you brand yourself and network. But yeah, reach out to those people that don't be afraid to do that. All right, so that's kind of like a recap on social media, of course, longer than I expected to go. But any questions so far on that before I get into events and kind of how to find and execute those belly to belly and how to follow up? No questions. You can either unmute yourself or use the chat. Totally up to you. I don't see, there's no one talking in the chat yet. Okay, this is really quick, I promise. Before I get into that, I have experienced so many roadblocks in this industry. So if you guys feel like you're experiencing a roadblock, reach out to an upline. As someone who's been successful in this, I promise you that there's a solution to the roadblock or the problem you're having. Like, oh, my friends aren't ready to buy. They don't have the money, whatever. I've been through the same. I promise you. Like, some people think we get magic unicorn dust to be successful in this, and that's just not the case. It's just that we're resourceful, and we have been doing it longer, have a bigger network, and have building our network up before that. So that's really not the case. And I go through so many no's a day. Don't be afraid to get no's. Like, I have people that are like, no, thank you, but I'm rooting for you. I'm like, okay, cool, thanks, bye. And I've had people tell me just crazy things like we tried to go get into an event, and they said a magical prayer for us because they thought we were devil worshipers selling weed or something. And I was like, okay, cool, you're crazy. I didn't want to be a part of this anyways. So you're gonna run into weird stuff, just one, because of the industry, and two, because of the cannabis sort of look at things. The cool thing is it's becoming more and more and more acceptable. And there's even still people out there. Don't assume that people know what CBD is, okay, guys? I have a lot of people that are like, what is CBD? And I'm like, it's funny you should mention that, because you clearly have been living under a rock for the past year. So, but no. Yeah, anyways. All right, so events. Let me mute Angela real quick. Mute all. Yes. Oh, okay. So events. Events and working belly to belly are a great way for you to expand your network. I wish Crystal was on this video right now because she worked an event this weekend. She is such a ninja at finding them, and I love her so much. She's so resourceful. But she, just yesterday alone, they told her, you cannot sell your products at our event. Like, you cannot make cash at our event. You can't have products on sale. And so she's like, that's fine. Can I do online sales? And they're like, absolutely. It just cannot be sold here because you don't have a proper Prescott tax ID, some weird law we don't even know about in Prescott. So she's been standing out there with, she made this, and she made me some too. We got them cheap at Walgreens. And I'll show you guys these again, but, and this. But stood out there with those and empty bottles. And Saturday alone, yesterday, she gained 60 names and phone numbers of people that wanted to buy, of which several came back today to place the order online. So 60 people in one day. That didn't even include today's events. Now, I'll tell you how we work it, but first I want to show you guys how we find it. I have a YouTube a video on my YouTube channel on how to find and execute it. It's like a 10-minute video, but since you guys are on here now, I'm just going to show you a few things. A lot of the events that I find are on Facebook, and you can go to, I'll show you from a phone and I'll show you from desktop. I actually find them better on a phone usually than a desktop. Shortcuts. Okay. It's going to be in your main menu. Explore. You go to events here, and you can find upcoming events here. Move this here. You can find fitness events. You can find events this week, tomorrow. I mean, there's a lot of search options. You can play with this. You can go through these events you may like. And there's also, so I'll just give you one example. Marana, Tucson, Appleseed. Project Appleseed. Pumpkin archery popular with friends. I just go to see who's actually hosting it, and I reach out to them. I'm trying to find a really good one. Oktoberfest. Sorry, guys. This is so much easier from a phone, I swear. I'm going to do it for my phone. I'll share my phone screen. Install. Zoom. Okay. All right, so I go to my menu. I hit events right here. And then there's all of these, and then there's the popular with friends and recently announced. There's also near me. So like there's so many different ways you can search. Oh, this is movies. Sorry. Popular with friends. See all. And you can move the date range. So I could say from here to end of November. Or I guess, hey, be nice. I might do September 22nd to December 13th. Okay. Tucson Pride Desert Festival. So I could click on that, and I could say, I could read like what it is. It's basically a pride festival for the LGBT community. Vendor registration. Boom. If that wasn't there, so I can look through this and see, like, guys, sometimes you have to spend money for these events. I like to put it in terms when I'm thinking of like, is this worth it? I like to say, how many people are expected to be attending? How many oils do I have to sell to at least break even? I will tell you, we did a Zumba event, and there's only about 200 people there. We sold like 3 oils in about 2 hours, I would say. And more people wanted it. I just didn't have any more oil. I was like mad at myself for not having more. But we collected leads, and I'll explain. So if this wasn't here, all I would do is reach out to the organizer. Public Tucson Pride, right where under here where it says Tucson Pride, that's the person who's organizing it. So then you just message them. Hey, I saw you guys are doing an event, blah, blah, blah. I'd like vendor information if you allow them. So that's one way. I will tell you one thing that's been really amazing for me. I got invited to this event for this Friday. I have a really tight-knit Zumba community, and they always invite me to all of their charity events. So I always ask them, can I set up a table? Can I set up a table? And so I don't know where she put it, Donnie. I just reached out to her. She invited me to the event. It was it's a fundraiser for kids cancer, this one right here. Zumba for Kids Cancer Research. It's $10 to get in, pre-sale 15 in advance. So I literally messaged Donnie, the organizer who invited me, and this is what I said. And this is scary, guys. Like, I don't know if she's pro CBD or not. This is all I said. Oh, wait. Okay. Hey, Donnie, I was wondering if it would be okay to set up a table for our CBD biz at your Zumba event. So many benefits to cancer, and we have a hemp-based, federally legal version. I could donate some money as part of the vendor fee, because I know she's not having vendors most likely, because these are like a couple hundred people at these events. So these are cheap events to get into, and these people are into fitness. They're into helping people. I mean, this is cancer, so CBD like is so beneficial for people with cancer. So she's like, oh my gosh, yes, please, I'd love that. You guys can kind of read through the rest. So she's like, yeah, send me. And now, to be honest with you guys, she's been stalking all my posts. She was on my live video tonight. She was, so my guess is she's maybe considering either using the product or possibly selling it. So this is a person I put on my follow-up list to reach out to and say, hey, like, I appreciate your support in allowing me to set up this CBD event. I know you have such a good fitness community that could benefit from these products. Have you ever thought about taking a look at the business side of things? So like, even at these events, the organizers sometimes can be some of your best proponents and best potentials. So, you know, get creative and be resourceful in finding the events. But Facebook, like I said, is a great way to find them. You can even search. I reached out to just keep your mind open. Like, I reached out to a CrossFit. They're doing a CrossFit event in a couple of weeks. We're doing a rodeo. Like, keep your mind open. It doesn't have to be like one cookie cutter slice type of an event. If there's people at the event, then there's people you can talk to about the products. Like, keep your mind open. Don't close it off to any sort of particular style of event. And just reach out to them. Hey, I was wondering if I could get vendor information, things like that. You can Google as well. So, I mean, you guys all know how to Google. You just put your city. Just put your city in, like, Tucson events, Marana events, Tampa events, and look and start reaching out. I know that Kristen and Travis worked, I think it was like the home show or a woman's show last weekend, and they sold over like 65, 70 oils retail. So just to give you the math, even if they're selling it at the $69 price, 69 times 70, $4,830. But let's say they paid $50 for those. 50 times 70 is 3,500. Okay, 70 times 69 minus 3,500. They profited over $1,300 minimum for the oils they sold at that event. I don't know about you, but I'm cool at making an extra $1,000 in a weekend for cash and carry. That doesn't include their online sales. That doesn't include the potential teammates they got and their additional leads that they still have to follow up on. So events are awesome, and if you can work one here and there, it's worth it. So let's talk about how to execute events. Before I move on to that, does anybody have any questions on how to find events? No? Okay. Okay, so executing events. There's what I recommend having, if you can, and this is uploaded in the Rockstar team page, have one of these. I'm actually changing this to put online special right next to the 69. Suggested retail for our oils, guys, is 89. The preferred customer site that we have, that's the 69 price. You guys, if you're only buying this single builder pack, you're paying that price plus shipping. Okay, so I always recommend people try to do a monthly director's pack if they can, because you pay $50 in oil. So you're going to cash and carry, you're going to sell more product, and you're going to up your percentage payout as well, as far as online commissions go. If that doesn't make sense, I have a comp plan video we just did last weekend. I can send it to you. So anyways, this is a plastic board. You can hear it. So it's not going to get rained on and ruined. It's not going to get bent very easily. I won't put it past my children. And it wasn't super expensive. We got 2 of these big ones and 2 of these small ones. This one's the pet line one for $70. So Crystal took a set, I took a set. We paid $35 a piece. It was at Walgreens, and she just sent them in. They were done in like a day. So if you live local to me in Tucson and we're working events together, you don't have to get this stuff, right? Or you can just go have it printed on paper and put it on your own poster board for now, whatever is cheapest and most affordable to you. But if you're doing local events with me, you're welcome to. I mean, obviously, I'm already going to have this set up, so you don't need to go get it done. We literally put those 2 things up. I have little stands that I got from like Hobby Lobby or something forever ago on sale. I stand those up. I put a few bottles out in front, like a THC-free one, a regular one, and the relief oil. Just basically whatever you have, put it out front. And the other thing I recommend having, and these are uploaded into the files, is these raffle slips. And then also, I think that's pretty much it. Just whatever product you have on hand. So when people come up to the table, a lot of them will start looking at the benefits. They'll start looking at what the sign, and you just say, hey, like, have you ever tried? You gotta be out in front of your table. I don't ever suggest sitting down. Okay, be out in front of your table, be smiling, be approachable, and just say like, hey, have you tried this stuff before? Do you have any questions I can answer? And people will hit you with some questions, just like, yeah, I've been struggling with anxiety, and I've been, kind of looking at stuff. And my best recommendation and where to take it from there, when someone says they're struggling with this, that, or whatever, or their pet is struggling with this, that, or whatever, pull up a testimony on our testimony page, or tell them a testimony of someone you know. For me, I've had experiences with all walks of it so far, like my mom with anxiety, my grandma with the pre-Parkinson's head shaken, me personally with chronic pain. So I relate to them. I find a way to relate to them. Hey, my friend Amaryllis and my friend Crystal both have fibromyalgia like you, and we got them started on the CBD. They love it. They swear by it. The cool thing is there is a 30-day money-back guarantee if you don't like it. So we do an online special for $69. It'll ship right to you if you'd like, or you can buy one today for $89 and take it home. I will also let them know that if they get 2, they can get it at $79. That's up to you guys if you want, okay? Now, if they're not going to buy then and there, and they're still kind of on the fence, and they're like, oh, think about it, and they're about to walk away, my last resort is the raffle slip. And I don't ever want to force somebody to fill it out, because here's the thing, guys. If you're forcing people and, really begging them to fill out a raffle slip so you have their contact info, you're going to, spend so much time following up with bogus leads. It's just going to be a waste of your time. So I will say to them, totally understand. And honestly, like I haven't had a situation where I've had to beg anyone to buy yet, but this is like how I would go. They either want it or they don't. And if they're just kind of thinking about it and not sure, I'll tell them like, hey, put your name and your info down there. We do a monthly raffle for a free product. And then as a team, we do a weekly raffle online. Fill your stuff out there if you'd like to enter to win. And so on here, it's got their name, phone number, email, and it asks them, I'm looking for help with anxiety, chronic pain, inflammation, trouble sleeping, blah, 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 blah. And then on the back, there's different notes that you can write too. So this was a genius move by Crystal. You can write before, don't let them put the slip in themselves, like hide the actual raffle box. And you can put, they were interested in the 500 milligram oil or the pet line for their dog, epilepsy. And you just put notes, what they were interested in, and the event date. Because I can't tell you how many times I've gone to like re-follow up with events people, and I'm like, oh my God, what event was that? Because it's easier to follow up with someone when you're saying, hey, what's this girl? Hey, Deshauna, I met you at the Zumba event a couple weeks ago. It was so much fun. It was super hot, but we had a great time. I know you were interested in the CBD, so I wanted to reach out to see if you had any questions or would want my website for the preferred customer pricing. You know, something like that. So this is my last resort. I'd rather them buy something than in there, but if they don't, then at least you have a means to follow up with them, okay? And that's pretty much it, guys. Like, that's all I do. There's, the pet line isn't super restricted like we're restricted in doing samples. So I've seen a lot of people say, you're not supposed to sample anything, and that's true. But you can, the pet line isn't super restricted like that. So I know Kristen and Travis sometimes will separate the pet treats and do like 5 for, I can't remember how much they do them for, but like you'd have to do the math and see what would be worth it for you to do. You could do little baggies for sale if you wanted. My 2 cents on that is I'd prefer them to buy a whole bag rather than just like, oh, I'm going to take a sampler. So it's up to you. Like I'd probably put 10 in a bag minimum if I was going to do that. But I think that they should truly have to buy a full bag anyways. So, totally up to you. I mean, that's really it. I can't, you guys are going to do an event and you're going to be, if you've ever done an event in the past with another company, like I have, I was just like blown away at how easy it was. You just kind of stand there and you're approachable. And, it's so much easier than you really think. A lot of people are like, I'm so nervous to do one by myself. Like, just figure out what works for you and reach out to me if you have questions. It's really, I mean, Crystal was nervous, I know, to do one by herself, but she just killed it. Like, she killed it this weekend. I know Kristen and Travis are doing combinations, combo packs. They're buying, here's the thing, little tip. You can create a customer and use an email that you just make up. Buy the executive pack under yourself for an event. And if you're already an executive, you make 50% profit on a customer's executive order. So that's $200 right there. You pay $600 for the pack minus 200. That's $400 you technically paid for the pack. 12 products are in there. 400 divided by 12. You're only paying $33.33 per product, but you're selling it for $90. So I know they did an exec pack for the oils and an exec pack for the sprays. If you guys haven't looked at the sprays yet, that's totally fine. I haven't really promoted them, but they call them CBD enhancements, and they were selling that package for like, I think they were doing it $89. I would do it $99 personally. Because the sprays only cost them $9 a piece when they bought an exec pack too. So they made like a $50 profit for selling this pack at $90, and they called it, like, go on their team page and look. But I would suggest personally, get yourself up to executive rank before you buy a customer executive pack under you. And then you can do that and make profit off your own order, plus make the cash profit from the event. So did that make sense? I hope that made sense. Yeah, okay. Any questions about events, how to find them, how to execute them? As far as following up goes, guys, I literally, like, it asks, like, what's best on here. Call, text, email, Facebook message. And so I just shoot them a message, like, within a few days of the event. Hey, and I do a monthly drawing for a free product. Okay, so that's up to you. You can call it a quarterly drawing. You can, whatever you want to do. You can say our weekly drawing and enter them into the online drawing for Kristen and Travis's weekly Tuesday event where they give one away for free. It's up to you. I just do a monthly giveaway. Any questions? Sorry, I feel like I just like, whoa. No? Okay, I'm going to stop recording.